when the enemy team's trying to push into you.
Oh, previous game you all said secret. Are you gonna say that again? Are you gonna be a uniform?
I think so. I think secret.
Coda?
Hard not to say secret.
I think their draft is fair. We should mention for the counter supplied with.
Yeah, doesn't it counter Black Hole's long range?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Are you secret too?
Secret?
Sure.
Okay, can they do it too? Oh, it is time for Game 2 Secret versus EHOME with OD Pixel and.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back with DC versus Chinese characters. I'm sure that's not right, and there we go. That's what happens if you can't cast. They put you in that room. And I don't know if you guys can hear me at the moment. Hopefully. Otherwise my flames are wasted. Here we go, EHOME versus Secret. Sure you can hear me now. If you can't, no, you're on one of the lucky ones. Oh, look at that. We've got a full overlay. 1-0 at the moment to Secret, as we can see. Game 2, Winter. We're going to see something a little bit different from EHOME. One Night Stalker, and it's this time they're the ones trying out the Morphling.
Yeah, and not to mention, the way Secret started this game, they had 2 heroes TP to top and to bottom to secure good ward positioning, so they could understand whether EHOME is coming to do aggressive lanes or not. So they're gonna find out that
the battle begins.
Probably it might actually be dual lanes because Lamb is actually at top, so they might be sending the Rubik top to actually help out the Night Stalker in the early phase. Because earlier today we saw a game where O11 was on the Night Stalker where he was left alone. I believe it was. I can't remember against who, but he had a really hard time, and we were talking on the panel a bit about the Night Stalker being left alone, and he had a really tough early game. And this time they are switching things up, they are sending him support, so hopefully the Night Stalker will have a much better early game here. Secret are gonna get a D-ward here with Paladai scouting ward, I believe with their early vision, so they were able to pinpoint the vision of EHOME ward.
It's very interesting to see how Andy does do this game. We saw earlier, in fact, one of the games was discussing with Andy where he played up against CDC. He had a tough time in lane of the Clink, but he did have to deal with a tri-lane there, so he should have a bit of a fairer time now just against the dual lane. Even though it's a fairly beefy one with the Night Stalker and the Rubik, does still have to be careful about getting quite out of position. The other lane's Misery dealing up with this Disruptor, and of course Morphling combo, and the mid lane matchup. We heard the panel, a few kind of unfavourable comments about win range at the moment in this meta. Would you agree this is certainly one of the weaker mid laners at the moment?
Yeah, she's not as strong as the other mid laners, obviously, like Jane Volker. Obviously, the other that we see a lot is Pump nowadays, so but it's one of like Riha's comfort heroes, so sometimes it's really important that you want to pick a hero that he's extremely comfortable instead of picking hero for the situation.
Yeah, so as we said, there's a kind of suggestion there last game we saw, and maybe struggle. It didn't feel like the same invoker that we saw earlier from Weeha, so they just hide up. Well, you win range RLMR, you're going to be fine. That's the strat that Secret is going for this game, and that's indeed what Puppy's given him.
Yeah, and if you look at the lanes right now, Tide is getting a good amount of experience. I think Puppy actually denied one of the creeps earlier before the lanes, before the creeps started to go to the lane. He removed one of the creeps off the off lane, so Tide has been able to get a lot of experience here, and he has the Iron Talons completed, so he can move to the jungle if he wants to. He has enough levels to do that. He's gonna bounce you in the bottom, and Puppy is gonna secure the double damage at top.
I think certainly over the games that I've seen today of Secret, one thing that you really can't fault is Misery's Tide and Puppy's Enigma. That's been pretty much two of the most solid performances that I've seen today here from the side. So Secret going to be feeling very comfortable having those in this game. I mean, against the draft of EHOME though, do you feel they have enough to deal with the kind of the wombo combo that Secret are going to be coming with them during the mid game?
They still have like really good teamfight of their own. The Disruptor ultimate, like from starts the Warlock Golem, so only whoever gets a better initiation would have a really big advantage in terms of teamfight, and not to mention the vision game, the kind of mentioned across Night Stalker vision game giving them good amount of advantage in terms of when to take a teamfight and when to take off people with switch, so that would also be really important for EHOME, the Aghanim's timing of O11 this game.
Top lane, MV on the CS 14 for 1 compared to the 16 for 3, so things are all across the map looking fairly even. There's a slight edge in the mid lane for the Warlock ahead of We Have. To be fair, We Have closing the gap now. There's no one really breaking away, but yes, you've got to admit though, in a game where the laning stage seems to be going even, you've got to favour the side that's got the jungler.
Yep. That's a really good point, and not to mention the Tide 1 versus 2 is getting a lot of gold and experience. So this is looking really, all the lanes are looking really good for Secret right now. So yeah, they are very content with their position. They're having all their heroes. They're gonna have a 4th lineup, and mid lane Iha, he's gonna be fine for the charger and popping the Firefly to make sure that he's
Yes, yeah.
so he has actually been struggling both the games against Old Chicken and both games. The last game he got 4 killed by the Lina, so Invoker, and this game getting chased back to base in 4 minutes. So not looking good for Viha again once more in the laning phase.
Puppy is he's going to be ready though to make up for any mistakes that happen. We're seeing this very quick leveling once again this game. 4.5 minutes and he's going to have the level 6 online.
The first Black Hole will net a key kill. Let's see where he actually goes from here. He's always like really good at making the fight rotations and getting the most from the Black Hole. Not getting any skill that he sees, but getting the best skill that he has. Night Stalker has, if he's going back, he just looks old gank right now. Night time comes, so he's gonna go for
We're gonna smoke with Kaka, yeah. And there we go. Let's see where old Levin and Kaka are gonna head towards. Potentially, I'd imagine they've got their eyes on Weeha.
Oh, I guess maybe.
To try and catch out, Puppy before he's able to make a movement of his own. That could also be something. It will pay off very nicely for EHOME.
They want to place wards on Kaka, so Kaka has 2 wards, so they want to be able to assess the situation where the Enigma is nearby. So smoke will pop, so 11 knows that...
I know that Puppy's around.
So let's see whether they continue to push forward or they decide they're going to back off and go for Weeha.
Yeah, the ping from actually came back onto Weeha, so saying, come back to the mid guys, we want to try and catch this Wim Ranger, but Weeha, quick on the fingers there with the Wim Run.
Unable to get the glimpse, but at the very least they're able to get a ward down into the jungle, so Old Chicken will know whether Puppy is actually rotating to middle to get to try and be aggressive on the Warlock, so that's still a really good ward there for EHOME.
They did ping it out though. I think Secret might be aware that they did do that, and there's that. No Sentry's coming out yet. No. There was a ping nonetheless, so maybe Secret's going to be aware of that and just playing around that one.
Yep, nevertheless, I think Secret are still really content with their positioning. Right now in the game, they're still getting a lot from all the lanes. Only downside is Weeha is the game once more back to base. Because he's able to control the rune because they have a jungler and EHOME is roaming around with the Night Stalker now. So it's very difficult for Windrunner to actually control the runes at this stage of the game.
Be careful with the courier here. No, not careful enough. EHOME will be able to find that one there with a little bit of an adventure into Dire Jungle. Now we're going to see if Secret can make them pay for it. Jacko even going to let from Weeha. And then he's should be enough to hold on Rev in place for the time they only get the damage in, and he will. That'll be your first blood there for the Clinks. The main loser courier was empty, and Secret able to get the first blood there for Envy.
Still pretty even. I would say like courier kill still gives out a goal for your whole team. So I think at the end of the day, probably EHOME are a little bit more happy with that because Secret rotated almost the whole team except for the Tide over there to actually get 1 kill. So fairly even trade there, and right now if you look at the DS, Weeha is actually starting to fall really far behind compared to Old Chicken. Old Chicken is just dominating this lane.
And he's of course working towards that Midas birthday on the Warlock, just about 500 away from having the recipe done on top of the glove.
Interesting skill build as well. He has 2 points in Fatal Bond, 3 in kill, and 1 in up hero. He has a bit of everything.
Talking about having a good time, Misery. He's getting a lot of space down there.
Yeah, I think this is like a dream thing, like for Thailand. So in like 1 versus 1, and you're able to actually get so much from the laning phase. You can't really do much to actually stop in because Tide is really good at 1 versus 1.
The thing is, CT1's farm is good 48 for 19, but Envy, he's not far behind him, and Envy has had to deal with 2 heroes giving a bit of a beatdown in the top lane.
But when you compare the offlaner, that's the difference. So the Tide has been having a lot more compared to the Stalker, and Night Stalker had lane support from the Rubik. So at the end of the day, I think still Secret coming on top of that.
It certainly feels like, and going back to once again the fact that there's that puppy Enigma, he's starting to rack up the
Still
gold.
hasn't made his first move yet, so we have to pay attention to whether Puppy makes a move on trying to kill the Morphling, or if he tries to go for the Warlock. Now, these are the two big kills that he can Black Hole here right now.
I want to say in all the Enigma games that we've seen from Puppy today, he is not with the single Black Hole. Every single one has been bang on.
But you still want to get like what you can get, like you.
Oh yeah, it's the one-man ones. We've seen
you put it on cooldown, just get any kill you find.
Yeah. Especially in a game where the pace is like this. So we're 9 minutes in, there's only been the one kill on Secret, which was off the back of EHOME. In themselves a little bit too aggressive. And this feels like, again, in the first series of the day, CDC versus Secret, TST kind of played like this as well, and it did give Secret a lot of space and allowed them to get away with this greedier positioning, having this jungler. And it's only going to make things harder for EHOME as they do go into mid game.
Yep, and Envy, he actually gets a very early Magellan. I think we talked about whether sometimes when you actually play Queen on the Dire side, you want to have the Magellan just so that you can actually take the stun early. And they obviously have the Enigma to actually help them out with that as well. So see whether Secret are going to be successful in getting a very early Roshan to help us with the early Magellan. And obviously Envy is also leading the lane for the Lion to get his level 6 he already has, and Envy is also starting to put pressure on the enemy team every time he's missing off the map, so he's able to actually do a lot damage just with levels. That's like the benefit of having a safe lane team. You can actually pressure the enemy very early by being off the map all the time.
And we can see at the moment, ever since that first bit of an advance into the Dire jungle, since then they've been just keeping it safe.
You can see how they are actually distributing the farm. Like once Envy started to farm over here, he moves towards the ancient area, he farms the ancient, he farms the camp. They are distributing their farm very nicely all across board for all their heroes, and giving a lane to Paladin as well to farm his blink eventually. He's halfway there, 1k go more for the blink on Lion. And bottom lane, you see EHOME making a move here with the Disruptor coming in.
It's going to be a tough one. Misery does have a rapid go. He's going to drop the Golem for this one, going straight in onto Misery. There is enough people slowing him a little bit, but Misery, he's just walking this off. He doesn't give a damn that there's a Golem punching him in the backside. Will walks himself away. There's the round. There's Shackle on TZ White, touching into the Golem here. He will manage to find the kill onto the Morphling. The Disruptors are full as well. Secret turning up. There's the Fiat Black Hole. Let him get through. 3 dead on the side of EHOME. And maybe even more. That Jackal not quite sure how it matched, but like I said, it should turn out. But something highlight that. He's watching it, hasn't quite got Manada with a finger. A little bit too far here, Highlight Dying. He's still got a few friends about. He's going to hex up all 11. Just trying to chase down Misery and get the Void. Clearly going Weehar coming back in. The Shackle again. All 11 to the final tree. Standing on the sideline. There'll be a heal for on. It's not enough. Power shot from Weehar. Bring them all below. He's going in for the kill. Weehar is trying to step it up and maybe steps a little bit too far. Telekinesis now. The response from EHOME. Trying to find you a touch. Off the mark. Weehar. He tried to go for the plays. He's tried to go for the style points. He ends up paying with his life. Nonetheless, 5-1 now for Secret after the back of that point.
Are they done yet? Like Envy is still behind looking for stragglers.
Oh, Envy.
May actually get this kill on
Here we go.
Going for mana.
Oh, Jackie Mouse coming for you.
Well done.
Hurry up.
That was very well done
Keep
by
that safe,
Envy.
Jackie. Come on.
So all in all, Secret got 5 kills out of that engagement.
Yes.
Essentially, it was a team wipe.
And they only lost, well, they lost Weehar.
They were really, really good trade, and they were, if they are big cooldowns, they use the Black Hole and they use the Rabbit for that.
That's a great trade.
You see that was like a tight hunter that got so much farm, so hard to bring down, and he was able to actually last long enough to buy enough time for his team to come in.
They go on Misery with the
That's the
old
brain problem.
problem.
I think he survived also partly because he had bracer. He was like at 150 HP before everything ended, so that bracer and the early born as well definitely helping survive through that engagement.
Old 11. I'll be about to feel the wrath of an Invis ring from Weehar. Found it safe hold.
They saw him. Yep, that's essentially that.
Is under attack.
So that would not be successful for Old 11 to retreat back into the jungle, but you use the Golem and you lose the team fight 5-1.
It was a good point I brought up by Scant there. He did have an Arcane Rune, so the cooldown of the Golem was only 116 seconds as dead, so he wanted to use it. So it's even though it didn't find a kill, it's not great, but it's back online now. It was maybe just worth a shot.
But at the same time, they gave away so much from Secret, so...
Yeah, they did then try and fight around it, which didn't end up paying off. Yeah.
So right now, Black Hole's still on cooldown for another 50 seconds, and because of the Arcane Rune, Warlock has an alternate backup. See whether they are able to actually take any objectives with the next column here.
Oops, and he wants to pick up his friend Kaka. Gonna try and get himself in position for this one. Go on, MV. Find the angle. Beautiful. 1-2. Give it a turn. And he has been caught out by the static from the static field. Envy. He's just going to take it out of that. Good fight stuff. And off he is. Envy finding himself a cheeky pick off, and EHOME unable to do anything to stop that.
So this game has been so set for Secret. Everything going their way. And me able to find pickoffs and targets on that. The blink from Lion, is it? Oh, he didn't actually go for a blink. He went for arcane boots and earn. So probably wants to go for the item build that goes all the time on his Lion, the Aether Lance first before he goes for the dagger. So we'll see how well the item build works for him. For Misery, he completes the jumps, and they're gonna catch up CPY right now.
He's gonna start his game going. Need to bulk up. Will be okay.
Radiant structure.
Give a bit of space, of course, though, on top, but we are to try and take down the tier 1 fortification coming out. They're going to line them up to top.
We are going for early near from it seems. Gonna get lifted though.
Yeah, we are. Jen maybe going to disagree. He wants the tower, and he is going to get it. He doesn't get the last touch. He just managed to stop them from denying it.
Oh,
He's with his pride.
So greedy there for Miha. That was definitely not worth it. At the very least, they didn't get the deny. So,
yeah, that's something. But
Roshan is gonna go the way of Secret. Captain of the Burning, but they will go for the Roshan. So finally, after clearing the tier 1 and bottom lane, still safe enough that they have enough time to go to the Roshan. There's a pinch at the Enigma, but it seems like we don't know what's going on.
They want a bit of this. They want a bit of the action. They're ready to jump. And now Puppy, he thinks back. Skeleton needs to jump. That's going to be the big push. Already pops the mate. That's baseball fun because Revis Gone coming out with the stun. Catching on to 3. Can he make one find what's back with this? They've already found the Enigma. But they turn around. Burst down the Night Stalker. Secret find themselves a return kill here. Thinking about going back in on the combo. The Golem's still up. It's be a tricky one. Teams kind of awkwardly positioning themselves around the pit. No one looking to go back in yet with one of their heroes down respectively, and Golem just come up controlling it here, Secret, and once he is back up, we'll see if they go back in. Roshan is under half health.
I mean, it's looking still looking really good for Secret because they expanded the Golem and they didn't get anything, and Secret has their Black Hole plus Ravage still up. So this is looking like...
He's got it straight back, yeah.
This version is looking like Secret should be able to stay for themselves with the ultimate backup. I think it's also pretty close to his dagger, so Secret's team fight is going to be extremely strong once Misery is able to get his hands on the blink.
Especially now that Envy's got his Decimator done 16 minutes in.
They might try for kill on CDY here.
Dire's bottom tower
just going straight into the Roshan.
This is going to matter.
Maybe the Windbreaker. And he actually frees up the space for no, he's actually not going to be.
He says, wait, you're dying a bit too much, mate, you take it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Good guy, Andy. What a... But like you mentioned, he's always not in any danger of dying, and Miha seems like he's the one always in danger, so you don't need it, why take it? And smoke up for their team to look for even more advantage right now because they know Golem is still down and they have all their cooldowns up. They are looking to just further extend their advantage right now on the map.
Wrapping around towards mid and Kaka.
He has a Ghost Scepter though, early for the thing.
I think it's going to save him for what's about to... Yeah, he's so long inevitable that he still goes down there. Secret. I mean, it's a very easy kill down to Disruptor.
But it seems like right now EHOME are not going to be able to defend all their towers.
is under
Even
attack.
with the golem up, it's still going to be difficult to get the ages right now, so...
I mean, he's nearly got the Aghanim done, old chicken. But even with that, they're going to need something fairly
It's
spectacular.
worrisome when he's that big
Radiant's
warlock is
middle
unable to
tower
take a
has
team
fallen.
fight. This is definitely something to get worrisome. And TY just finishes up his... Not the best timing, but... During his team's situation, it's still fairly reasonable. And enemy behind enemy lines can get another pick off here.
Mystery's got a ravage. See if they can find something here. MB, who's the eyeing up? Misery. Oh, they've already found Lanham there with the help of Weehard. That's going to be the first pick off, MB. Wandering around.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
There's the blink for Misery here complete. So that team fight is going to be really, really scary right now. As long as
Terrible. 18 minutes in.
yeah, as long as they get the jump, and I think Warlock is the key target. If you can actually take out the Warlock before he does anything, it will be really, really good for them to secure the team. He has 18-minute nerf from Mr. 8 of it. He is the slowest fish. Not the fastest, but he doesn't have a good laning phase, so
They didn't. They had a tough time at the beginning.
the Maelstrom is definitely going to help him, speed up his farm. And you don't usually see Maelstrom as your first item on the Wing Ranger. The most common build is obviously Aghanim, so sometimes you go for a blink early so that you can land your shackles. But the Maelstrom is kind of like a Midas for Wind Ranger because it helps you farm it. And Envy is once again roaming the map and to scout out the enemy team so he can set up an opening.
Runs back onto B. Kaka will TP out instantaneously from the sidelines. So don't have to find anyone there. But I'm just playing very, very carefully.
Radiant's
I like
bottom
dying.
tower
He's nearly got
is
his
under
blink. He
attack.
just decided to stay straight up for us because
So
we've
he
got
actually just goes for the arcane boost and still wants to go for blink. Interesting.
I mean, this kind of catch is certainly going to be what's needed against EHOME. If it's, locking down the morphling or just catching out the wall before you get off the golem. It's going to be huge in his fight. Not that the golem seems to be doing too much against the side of Secret. We are yet to see the effectiveness of the Axe golem. Again, dude's doing much more with the golem.
Yeah, but it's not really that useful if your team can't actually take the fight. That is like the issue that EHOME are having right now. Despite having the Aghanim golems, but they are not confident of fighting outside of their base. Still haven't really seen the effectiveness of the Night Stalker here. He went for Midas because he fell quite far behind in the early stage game. And right now, if you talk about the Aghanim earlier, it's already turning it. So at the very least, he has enough one component here. He still needs a good amount of time before he actually reaches to that point. So as of right now, EHOME are gonna struggle taking any trade-on engagements against Secret. Probably need to find kickoffs before they are able to engage it.
We just mentioned, of course, CTY is keeping up with the farm. Yeah, he's pretty much neck and neck with Envy on his morphling.
He needs to be doing a lot for his team.
Are we going to see the same build as we saw with Matt Envy?
Because right now, no one can actually make a play. If you look at the state of the game, EHOME are just
Radiant's middle tower is
right now
under
waiting for the
attack.
morphing to come online so he's got to actually use his aerobic with they need to be able to get pick off before they're able to take a fight, so they need to wait for that item to come online. Right now, people are just confident in just pushing down towers because they understand that yep, really nice design from Old Chicken, but it still doesn't really change the pace of the game too much.
No.
Still a nice play, so
The little things went up.
it's always a little bit.
But in on the couch.
That is indeed what everyone tells me. So EHOME goes for a smoke. Let's see whether they can actually get any pickups here. Aegis just ran out, so this is the they want to make a play. He has the computer creates, still hasn't completed anything else. Goes for Fuser, so there goes the Ghost Scepter for the Disruptor.
Dire's top tower is under
Let's see
attack.
what they can do. Mid-range, they get put up there. Static Stone Shot straight away. All that Richard having something. But he's still doing something. He's able to get himself out to the side here. Will still follow the Golem. More than enough to bring down the solo Tide. EHOME, they find themselves to push. They find themselves to kill him. With no Tide Hunter, you feel very comfortable to try and push for more here.
Dire's
Take the
top
tier
tower
2.
is under attack.
See what Secret are able to do in response to this. They'll pop the fortification. Are still without that Tide. Can they find some kind of jump in without him? Puppy is there.
Try that direct though, so Secret might thing about trying to take the engagement if they can find Jackal or a stun from Puppy.
It looks like EHOME really do want to fight. They're keeping themselves right. They know that they've got the edge.
They want to use the golems to do something at the very least, but right now they just got the kill and they can't even get the tower, so it's still really well played by Secret there, managing to hold the tower and any further loss after just losing fight the golem. So right now, once again, golems down, Secret are gonna look to make a play on the map.
More specifically Envy. It's going to be one in it out. It's going to go straight onto CTY. He'll charge off the Ghost Scepter. CTY blowing him back there with the adaptive strike. This diffusal blade really counteracting these Ghost Scepters that the side of EHOME has picked up.
Highlight that, can he actually find the Disruptor? Don't think it. So, yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to secure the last tier 2 tower on the map at bottom lane. The Warlock are running down. Don't really see any way EHOME can actually fight outside of their base. He'll should be looking to just try and get as much farm as possible, get the Aghanim's up on 0-11 and try to get the
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
as soon as possible. These are the two key items that they need to get.
Radiant's bottom
I'm sure they'll want to try and push, as you said. This version have the Golem gone. They themselves have still got the Ravage, still got the Black Hole. We yet to really see anything too big coming out from Poppy in terms of the ultimate. Elsewise, he has been playing very nicely, but one Black Hole. To land him on that bottom at the end of the fight. It's really getting things back, but he has to get a blink off. No damage coming through from the side of EHOME. Very pretty that, but it's not really doing too much. Weehar gets dragged in and be going at one hit to catch to bring them below 50% HP. So be careful there, EHOME. We'll pop the Greaves and we'll see if they do decide to push in for more. Taking down all the tier 2s on every lane now, so it is just really up to Secret to break the
They
base.
have to be very careful because the Warlock ultimate's almost up. So the
Roshan's going to be back soon, so potentially Secret are going to hang on for that one.
They have total map control, so there's no need for them to rush any. They should be able to secure the next Roshan. That is obviously the safest play. Secure your map control and just for the Roshan to spawn on. Get the Roshan before you try and keep tight on with it.
Money coming out on CTY, he's going to have that E-Blade done. He's sending out the courier now to pick up the Eagle Song, so E-Blade are around the corner for
See
CTY.
if they can actually pick up here, because right now Secret doesn't know about this.
They have any more smokes at the moment on EHOME. Yeah, they got one on
There's a
Kafka.
ward there though, so if they smoke their Secret, I think
Back here where they do
look at
it.
the vision over, like they have two vision outside of the middle lane and the bottom lane. Secret has really good vision to understand when the enemy is trying to smoke. Should be able to scout it out around the area.
The map is just a bit of a minefield at the moment for EHOME in terms of getting away with something that Secret isn't going to be aware of. Secret themselves, the one smoked up and they're making a movement down towards the bottom. Can make a big jump in, Puppy. They're going to know. Going in on the illusion there, the smoke didn't dispel. Maybe it's a little bit too quick on the reactions there from Puppy.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
You see something,
And you just, yeah.
because if they were able to actually get that pick off, it might actually mean that they are able to push Disruptors over a big part of their team fight. But it's the illusion, so I mean, it's not a big loss for Secret. They're still able to move out, but they still, I don't think they see the Emerald Blade yet.
And then in the Crossfire Wars, we're going to see We Are looking to start on Dota 11. Well, Andy steps into the glory. He says that one's mine.
This nice Stalker hasn't had very good game. He hasn't even completed his agony at this point.
7 minutes in, it's looking a bit of a sad state of affairs here for all 11. Going to have the agony set done soon a week.
Courier scouting it out. So they should be able to. They're trying to go for a kill on CTY before they try to attempt to get Roshan here. So let's see whether they get it on CTY.
He's going to wait for him on TP, and we'll be fine. Yeah, we just get himself in position. He has got the blink, but more proving to be a little bit too sneaky for him to catch out. And as you said, we should then almost ready with the next point. a fight to kick off Kaka. He's still got that smoke. We'll see if EHOME themselves do want to try and head over. They've got all the big ults available.
Yep, they do. It's gonna be really fast, so I don't think that, there's no way they get there.
The Rosh is gone. It's gone, just like that. Easily done there for Secret.
Yeah, we had for the World Cup on the list, and he said, I don't need this agent.
Exactly, you take this one.
And complete Blink Agony.
A Misery. He's starting up a trust fund. Got 4.34. I think you can roll whatever you want at this point, Misery. He's loving it. He is loving it.
You can go for either Shiva's Refresher or even, I think Agony is a really good item. Like,
Mask of Madness Daedalus.
Definitely not a good item on site.
Wow. Misery, show us what you got. As you say, refreshes.
Not sure, like once right now.
I don't think I've actually seen an Axe Tide. No, I mean, how good is Axe Tide? Is it? There's just other items that you want to be entering first every time.
Good situation. Like, it depends on the situation. If you're defending against the enemy that's constantly pushing, you need to push. Obviously, Axe Tide is really good. I mean, it's still really good in team fights because you are able to actually use your stuff from a safe distance, and it becomes you can hit multiple targets with the Agony. So, still a really good team fight item. All the options I mentioned are really solid. Either the Refresher, the Agony, or the Shiva. So we'll see what he goes for here. And Puppy, meanwhile, is going to
Dire's
fight
middle
very
tower
soon.
is under attack.
Chicken. They do have a sentry there. They didn't know that Envy was chasing them down. Envy popped the BKB diffuser blade onto old 11 with the right click and the second charge. They should be able to find it in this duel. Envy gets himself the kill.
Jackie Mao is carrying the team.
He has. He's been playing. He's been a good boy.
So it is the Shivas from Misery. It's gonna help against the Morphling right clicks. It's gonna be able to pull on a Golem as well, like give them more team fight. Still a really solid choice. So it seems like Secret will have a 30 seconds opening to actually try and maybe siege or damage the tower a little before the Night Stalker comes back online.
If they do indeed find that opening.
Do they have a gem? They don't have a gem. I mean, at this stage, they have total map control, so removing the enemy's vision would be the next for them. Like right now, EHOME has two visions, like two wards in their own jungle, so they know that the Secret is around here. They have one ward in the middle lane, scouting in them. They still have a good amount of vision, but being contained in their base. Plus a couple of minutes. Cut is completed on the... What else are they waiting for? Not getting any items.
They're just waiting for the delivery. Once that's out,
yeah, I guess they're good to go. Everything's up.
Waiting on the courier. That's the countdown that Secret are waiting on at this point. Come on, chop chop. Stuff delivered. They're going to look to try and shut this one out. But
are they going to do the same thing again or split up the map? Like use...
That's the way we saw that last game, man.
Yeah, like just like how...
I mean, it certainly can. Envy's on the right kind of hero to do it, isn't it?
I think they can probably take a head fight with high and then it must, so they're probably just fine and down one lane. We'll see what they actually do here for Secret.
I'd like to see a flashy fight now.
It's like a flashy fight.
There we are, it's onto the tower. The baby, coming in, oh, that's Jackson. Now that's not even people. And then Misery goes with the rabbit, catches out for, and he goes to the people that we've got the golden hit. So he's trying to attack her. He's going to have double kill from behind. Gets the Night Stalker as well. And to hold back Misery. I'm breaking through Secret with the pipe top. They're doing no damage to home, and they just have to sit back. Slowing down, but it's slowing down the pain here as the body that of rats will fall. Secret now heading towards the mid-lane. EHOME with 2 heroes down, neither of them with buyback available. This is looking to be potentially a second victory here for Secret this series, unless EHOME can do something big. Misery jumping forward again with the Shiva's guard, holding back to the loading. So it's trying to damage to the top of the board. Well, then again, the Shackle! Shackle, safety-wise, has to get themselves the hell out of that. Started Secret, they'll find themselves the second melee rack in the mid lane, and now they look to retreat. They want to play careful.
Can they do it? No. That seems like the only category that's such a big victory for Secret. They're getting second melee rack. Oh dear. A shackle from Weha there, setting up the bottom side of the easy setup for the tide, just brings in ravages the heroes behind. Not much EHOME can do that despite dropping the golems. Oh dear, EHOME look like they are really lost right now. They are not like the team that won, and they are really lost, and the stars are changing a lot.
They've got the refresher now. I mean, refresher. He hasn't got level 16 EV yet, so there wasn't a level 16 golem.
It's still something for them to
It could be big.
win the team fight, because really the worrisome, like every golem that dropped this game, they can't really do much with it. They have not accomplished much with the golem from the wall.
They get 5-man static storm, 5-man double golem for heal bonds. But it's a lot of ifs.
A lot of it.
A lot of ifs. And they're doing it in a situation where they are, 2 melee racks down and a range rack as well on the bottom lane. EHOME are very vulnerable at this point in
They
time.
have the odds stacked against them, so they basically have to do their best with landing their spells correctly, multiple heroes, and they need to buy enough space, for Morphing to activate. So I think they need to be able to buy enough space for Morphing to support their rank.
Popping. He's looking for some action here. Popping another midnight pulse, clearing out the area. Shackle, we won't connect. CTY still sticking around on the front. The BKB trying to go his best first. Puppy pops the green, pops the pipe. Not there. Mickery now comes in with a round on the floor. The tentacles tickling EHOME. The static sword being dropped down. They're trying to find out, but CTY just smelled. Double kill for Weha. The golem to be got. And he just sits there and takes down 1, 2, 3. There goes your golems. GG Secret take the game and take the series 2-0. And EHOME, they just don't turn up at the end of the day.
Warlock was really what they were unable to team fight through the whole fight. From the start of the game to the end of the game, they were unable to do that in super team fights, unable to secure objectives when they have Warlock. That is something that is really, really bad when you have Warlock.